but just coming up to 21 minutes on the watch. The pace is crackling, the rain pours down, but it's Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0.
And it's gone to Liverpool, the league champions. A corner to Dalglish on the far side of the field. He played it to the edge of the penalty area where the captain Souness rifled in a tremendous shot. It was stopped superbly on the line by Olveston, but Craig Johnston was in there so quickly for the rebound. 32 minutes gone. It's Liverpool 1, Manchester United 0.
And of course, if it stayed like that, Liverpool would double their lead at the top of the First Division tonight to 6 points over Manchester United.
They lead Manchester United by a goal to 0. Johnston the scorer on 31 minutes after Souness's shot had been blocked on the line. But really, it could easily be 3-0 to the champions. Twice Bailey has saved superbly from Dalglish, and at the moment the United goalkeeper is holding his defence together, which, can I remind you, has been badly hampered by an injury to Gordon McQueen. He's had to go off. Having said that, just before the interval, Graham broke through for Manchester United. He was tackled by Kennedy inside the area. It looked a certain penalty, but no, said the referee. So at half-time in this vital game, it's Liverpool 1, Manchester United 0.
And of course, the commentary comes up at 5-4. Second half commentary from Liverpool and Manchester United. Stay with us for that.
Far side from us, down the Liverpool left. He comes in high. Souness! And he hits it, out it hits the post, and Liverpool have scored. Craig Johnston, a great shot from Liverpool's captain Graham Souness, hit the post, rebounded, and Craig Johnston was there when it mattered. The Kop is on its feet. Nobody cares about the rain. Craig Johnston makes it Liverpool 1, Manchester United 0, set up by his captain, Graham Souness.
And that happened after 32 minutes. A great atmosphere, a pulsating first half at Anfield. It could be the title decider, Liverpool, Manchester United. Second half commentary now with Peter Jones, Dennis Law, and first, Alan Green.
Well, no other opening to the new year or to the second half of the season can surely be more appropriate than this. The two clubs who, between them, won everything last season. They met in the Charity Shield in August. They're 1 and 2 in the table, and they're expected to finish in front of everyone else come May. Both lineups are unchanged from the games on Saturday, which means United are without Brian Robson, but during that first half they lost Gordon McQueen injured, so the substitute for Manchester United this afternoon, Garth Crooks, is on, and United now line up like this. It's Bailey in goals, a back four of Moses, Duxbury, Moran, in midfield Graham, Wilkins, Nuran and Crooks, and up front Stapleton and Whiteside. For Liverpool, Grobbelaar in goals, Neil, Lawrenson, Hansen and Kennedy along the back four. In midfield, Lee, Souness, Johnston the goal scorer, and Nicol, and the two strikers, Kenny Dalglish and Ian Rush. And beside me, a man who knows this sort of fixture all too well, Dennis Law. And Dennis, we were talking at half-time about that penalty incident. It looked a stark, staring penalty to me when Graham was brought down. What did you think?
Yes, I did. You know me, Alan, I am completely unbiased, and just because it happened that it was a United player, it doesn't sway my decision to say categorically, yes, it was a definite penalty. Alan Kennedy took Graham from behind, and we just saw a clip on the film that the guy's doing just across from us, and he certainly pulled him down from behind, and he didn't get the ball. Probably Graham just went down a little bit, you know, it seemed a second later, but for me, up here, certainly a penalty, and certainly a decision that, had they been given and scored, United didn't deserve, because Liverpool completely overran them in the first half. United have been very, very little in the game, and Liverpool deserve to go in 1-0, and really they should be 3 or 4.
Yes, we're still waiting for the teams to come out, or rather, as I say that, Liverpool do come out for the second half. A capacity 45,000 crowd here at Anfield, the biggest crowd of the season here, beating even the Merseyside derby against Everton before Christmas. And Liverpool, as you say, Dennis, well on top, and really there were other chances. I counted 2 by Dalglish, and really Gary Bailey has played so well in the United goal.
Yes, he is the one player in the United team who has played well. There was a magnificent save from Dalglish midway through the first half, which, when the score was 0-0, and it proved vital. But he had another save from Dalglish later on, and when you look at the United side, without Brian Robson in the team, of course, they are missing not quite half the team, but he is such an influential player. And then, of course, to lose McQueen with the look like a hamstring injury, you know, it's unsettled the side all round. And United could be thankful, I think, that they're only 1 goal down.
United in white shirts this afternoon, black shorts and white stockings. Liverpool in their normal all-red strip, and United get us underway. United will be playing from left to right in this second half, towards the Kop, that is, here at Anfield. But it's Liverpool who get possession immediately through Nicol down this near side of the field. That's the Liverpool left, but he loses out there to Moses, and Wilkins eases the ball back to his goalkeeper Bailey. Bailey, 2 outstanding saves from Kenny Dalglish in the first half, but surely prevented the scoreline being 3-0. Bailey kicks right-footed. It falls from left to right, held up by the wind there. Fierce breeze here at Anfield this afternoon, and Souness heads it on, trying to find Dalglish, but in comes Moran, who collides with Kenny Dalglish there, and Dalglish has gone down injured, holding his head. The referee quickly across there. Souness didn't like the tackle. Dennis Law.
Yes, Souness didn't like the tackle, and he should be the one player who shouldn't complain, really, because he dishes enough stick out, not only today, but in the past. So, you know, it looked a bit hot-headed by Souness there. Certainly was a foul, but one that was not made intentionally.
Kenny Dalglish still getting some attention. We hear a scoreline from the First Division. It's Notts County 2, West Ham United 2. Martin O'Neill getting the equaliser for Notts County. Dalglish, I don't think is too badly injured, but it's getting just a few minutes treatment there from the physio, and the referee not too keen to get the game underway. He's quite happy. Obviously Dalglish maybe has a cut on the left-hand side of his face. Souness discussing the incident with Hansen. And Liverpool, of course, going for a hat-trick of league titles. Their record really has been absolutely phenomenal over the last decade or so. They've won 7 championships in the last 11 years, champions the last 2 seasons, going for the hat-trick. And if they were to get that hat-trick, it would be the first since Arsenal back in the 30s. But this is bad news for the champions, because Dalglish is having to go off now. That injury perhaps a little more serious than we thought. And Hodgson, the Liverpool substitute, quickly getting the tracksuit off. Well, it looked harmless enough, Dennis, but clearly not. It's obviously a bad cut.
Well, yes, as you say, it looked very harmless indeed. It just looked as though he had got a knock on the head, but obviously he looks as though he's concussed and has had to go off.
Liverpool take the free kick quickly. Hodgson still not on the field yet, just doing up his ties on this near side. Liverpool left, that is, as we sit high in the main stand, just under the roof of that stand actually. Liverpool have a throw in. Kennedy takes it back to Hansen, still inside the United half, beats Stapleton in one movement, plays it forward, left-footed, looking for Rush inside to Lee. The flag's gone up on the far side, and Ian Rush, the Welsh international striker, is straight offside. Free kick to Manchester United, and this will give Liverpool the opportunity they want to bring on David Hodgson. So Hodgson is on, Kenny Dalglish is off, and Hodgson has only played 1 full game this season. That was against Brentford in the Milk Cup, though he has played a few times as substitute. The ball with Bailey inside the United penalty area, kicks right-footed. It's going to fall for Crooks on the far side of the field, but no control from the United man, and Nicol brings it away for Liverpool. Short and square to his left to Kennedy, forward to Hodgson, back to Kennedy again, out to Hodgson. Good play this by Liverpool, but Moses quickly in with the tackle, puts the ball out of play on this near side of the field. That's the Liverpool left. A Liverpool throw-in, which Nicol will take, almost level with the edge of the Manchester United penalty area. He throws long, trying to find Lee. Moran gets the tackle in, but only deflects the ball behind his own goal line for a corner to Liverpool. 4 minutes gone in this second half. Liverpool lead by 1-0. Corner taken quickly, ball played to the near post, headed away by Manchester United. Falls to Murin. Murin, good ball to Whiteside on the far side of the field. Albiston's making the run, played forward though to Crooks. Lays it neatly back to Albiston now, beats Rush. He's got Duxbury behind him, gives it to Duxbury, forward to Wilkins, and Wilkins quickly out to Albiston, who's got a little bit more room now. Chips it forward, not the right direction though, and Lawrenson wins it easily in the air. Down to Neil. Neil to Rush. Rush inside the United half, forward trying to find Hodgson. Hodgson slides in there, but it falls to a white shirt, Kevin Moran, and back to Gary Bailey. Bailey quickly out to Moses, and Moses to Graham, deep inside his own half, back to Moses, chips it towards the halfway line, and Stapleton's trying to hold off Kennedy. It looked as if he was holding off Kennedy, but the referee says no. It's a free kick against Alan Kennedy. Free kick to United, taken quickly. Falls to Stapleton again, tries to lay it back into the path of Graham. Can't do so because Craig Johnston, the scorer, is there. He lays it neatly inside to Hansen. Moving towards the halfway line now. Plays a good ball forward to Lee. Quickly forward to Hodgson, but Hodgson not the right touch there. And United break that attack down. Given away though by Crooks. Souness, the Liverpool captain, just inside the Manchester United half. To Johnston, inside the centre circle, moving towards the right now, to the far side of the field, Liverpool right. Taken up by Hodgson, moves inside, tries to beat Crooks, can't do so. And United bring the ball away again. Through their captain today, Ray Wilkins. Wilkins looking to play it long for Stapleton on this near side, but it's too long for Stapleton. It's run out of play. A throw in to Liverpool. And a scoreline from White Hart Lane. It's now Tottenham Hotspur 1, Watford 2. Chris Hughton the scorer for Spurs. Here at Anfield, in this crucial clash, it's Liverpool 1, Manchester United 0. United have possession inside the Liverpool half. It's Wilkins under pressure from Souness, severe pressure from Souness, but he finds Moses on this near side. Moses trying to play it forward for Stapleton, but across comes Hansen, gets the tackle in and the deflection off a United player. Surely that's a throw into Liverpool. It is, according to the linesman, but the referee wasn't too certain. Wilkins tried to take it quickly before anyone noticed, but the linesman stuck to his guns, and it's a throw into Liverpool midway inside their own half. That's on this near side of the field, Liverpool left. The left back Kennedy will take it to Johnston, back to Kennedy, stabs it forward immediately for Rush on this near side of the field, but Rush has wandered offside. Flag's gone up. Free kick to Manchester United, that is. United have only lost once away from home in the league this season. That was at Southampton in September. Lost by 3-0. That's also their heaviest defeat. But really, Dennis, they haven't played that well this afternoon and look well capable of suffering that sort of scoreline unless they tighten up.
Well, United really have got to do much more if they're going to get back into the game, because that midfield where Craig Johnston, at the moment anyway, has certainly been the man of the match. United haven't got anybody to compare to, not only Johnston, and Souness as well. With Robson out, Wilkins has had to take the main burden, and he's been defending more than attacking. So if they are going to get back into the game, they've got to get a little bit more hold of that midfield and get the ball up to the strikers.
The rain that has belted down all afternoon seems to have eased a little bit. It's still raining, but not quite as heavily as when we started at 3 o'clock. But there is a severe wind blowing from right to left as we sit here. 8 minutes gone in the second half. Liverpool in possession through Souness, midway inside the United half. Plays it to his right for Lee. It's gone a little too far for Sammy Lee, but he manages to get there. Lays it back to Neil, and Souness makes himself available, looking to play the chip ball forward. Headed away there by Murin. Falls again to Neil for Liverpool. Back to Souness. Souness inside to Johnston. Turns well inside Stapleton. Runs towards that penalty area. Checks in his stride. Plays it forward. Cut out though by Crooks. And Crooks can bring it away for Manchester United. Stapleton's trying to make the run. He's got Albiston square to his left. Finds Albiston. Good ball by Albiston. Down that far touchline. United left. Stapleton has it. Harried though by Lawrenson. Plays it inside to Graham. Graham, can he get to the goal line? Too far. Ball's gone behind for a goal kick to Liverpool. And time to bring in Peter Jones with some scorelines.
Yeah, starting again in the First Division, Norwich City 0, Arsenal 1. Tony Woodcock has put the Gunners ahead there. Birmingham City 0, Everton 1. Trevor Stephen, the scorer for Everton. In the Second Division, top match of the day there, Sheffield Wednesday have taken the lead at home against Oldham. Imre Varadi, the scorer of Wednesday's goal. And finally back to the First Division, Southampton 0, Aston Villa 2, and Gary Shaw's got the second goal for Villa.
Graham just breaking through there for Manchester United, but his shot well off target. And really, Manchester United have had very few opportunities in this game so far. I can remember one, a corner about 5 minutes before half-time. The ball broke to Frank Stapleton, but he hit it wildly over the bar. And then there was that penalty incident. We keep calling it a penalty incident, but it looks such a certain penalty. That's how we've got to describe it. When Graham was brought down by Kennedy, but the referee said, no, not a spot kick. 1-0 to Liverpool, coming up to 10 minutes gone in this second half. Hansen plays it forward, long, too long. It's going to run behind for a goal kick to Manchester United. Liverpool lead the table by 3 points from Manchester United. And of course, if the scoreline stays like this, that will give a gap of 6 points. And Dennis, even at this stage of the season, that's a mighty big gap.
Well, I always felt that whoever wins today will win the championship with still half of the season left, and I will stick by that no matter who wins. United, you don't want to benefit by anybody's loss, but with Dalglish going off now, United could possibly get a bit more hold of the midfield, and we've seen in the last 2 or 3 minutes that they at least had 2 or 3 attacks, something that they didn't have in the early stages of the first half.
United have a throw-in on the far side of the field. That's their left. It's almost level with the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. Albiston will take it down to Murin, back to Albiston, room for the cross, deflected behind. I thought deflected behind, but it deflected by Neil almost into his own goal, but Grobbelaar was alive to that, came across very quickly and gathered well for Liverpool and sends Liverpool on the attack through Nicol, but Wilkins gets the tackle in on the halfway line. Graham takes it up, back to Moses, swept forward quickly. It's going to fall for Murin, chips the ball over Nicol's head, lays it down to Graham, back to Moran. Still inside his own half, forward, Stapleton wins it neatly. Good ball inside to Wilkins, can play to the far side of the field where Albiston has plenty of room, just outside the penalty area, gets the cross in, headed down by Lawrenson, only as far as Murin, back to Albiston, ball still bouncing around dangerously for Liverpool, and United keep possession. Wilkins lays it back to Duxbury, who's almost on the halfway line, forward, but cut out by Hansen, and Hodgson sweeps it forward. Rush is chasing it, so too is Duxbury, and Duxbury gets the tackle in, but he's had to give away the corner. I think from the look on his face, even at distance he felt he'd maybe got a deflection off Rush and behind for a goal kick, but no, said the linesman, it was well up with play, and it's a corner to Liverpool on the far side of the field. Coming up to 12 minutes gone in this second half. Liverpool lead by 1-0. The goal on 31 minutes by Craig Johnston. And Liverpool with a corner from their right. Taken by Lee, short for Neil. Neil back to Lee. Can he get in there? He does. Headed clear by Albiston. Helped on by Duxbury. It's going to fall to Neil again. Tries to get the ball quickly into United penalty area. Can't do so. Breaks free. Only as far as Souness. Back to Neil. Good ball by Neil. Square and towards this near side to the left for Kennedy to try the shot. All of 35 yards, but Gary Bailey always behind it and keeps it safely tucked under his arms. Peter Jones, another scoreline perhaps.
Yes, first at Main Road in the second division, and Manchester City now have drawn level against Leeds United. That's Manchester City 1, Leeds United 1. Stoke City 0, Leicester 1, but the significance of this news flash there is that Andy Peake has been sent off at Stoke. And finally, Middlesbrough 1, Chelsea 1, an own goal by Tony McAndrew. Middlesbrough 1, Chelsea 1.
Gary Bailey kicks right-footed from his own penalty area. Whiteside can't quite win it in the air. Ball bouncing around in the air at the moment. Little Sammy Lee gets there, only 5'7". Back to Neil. Neil's pass forward, cut out there by Albiston. Not too efficiently because he has to play it into touch on the far side of the field. That's the Liverpool right. Throw into Liverpool, almost on the halfway line. Taken by Lee, forward to Hodgson. Can't control it. This afternoon has been very quick on the whistle, and it looks as if Norman Whiteside's going to be booked. Well, that was certainly an incident off the ball because the ball was at least 15, 20 yards away. I don't know if you've got a better view of it, Dennis, than I did.
No, I didn't know. It was obviously Whiteside retaliated to Lee's tackle in the first place, but it's something that goes on in these big games and something that the referee probably should understand, because sometimes, you know, in booking a player, he could really disrupt the match and a few more fouls could go. You know, when you're playing in front of 45,000 people and the two top teams in the league, you know, these things do go on. It's got to be bad, really, before they start booking people.
Ball's going to fall for Nicol on the edge of the area. Tries to get the shot in. Can't quite because Wilkins had a toe to it as well. And it runs harmlessly to Bailey. Gets the ball quickly forward for United. Albiston on the halfway line, on the far side of the field. Plays it inside where Whiteside surely is pushed by Hansen. No, referee decided against that one. And Liverpool have possession again. With Kennedy to Nicol on this near side of the field. Liverpool left. Nicol plays it forward, right-footed for Johnston to head. towards Hodgson, and well on by Hodgson for Johnston. This is a nice move by Liverpool. Johnston outside to Hodgson, just a yard or so from the United goal line now, almost on the corner flag, and he gets the throw and he plays it off the feet of Remy Moses. So the throw into Liverpool, away down to our left, on this near touchline, Liverpool left. Nicol will take it, throws it short for Hodgson, trying to get some protection there. United try to get it away through Wilkins, only as far as Kennedy. Takes on one United defender, and the second gets a deflection behind for what I thought was a corner, but the referee said no, a goal kick. The wind swirling very badly at the moment here, and it's clearly affecting play. It's gusting mainly from right to left. That's against Manchester United at the moment, and United have a goal kick. Just a quarter of an hour gone in this second half. It's still Liverpool 1 and Manchester United 0, and Peter Jones can run down the scores for us.
Right, we'll do just that for you. First, Norwich City 0, Arsenal 1. Just keeping an eye on what Ian Rush is doing at the moment down there on the edge of the Manchester United penalty area. That's been cleared. So once again, Norwich 0, Arsenal 1, Birmingham 0, Everton 1, Stoke 0, Leicester 1, West Bromwich Albion 2, Ipswich 1. Manchester City 1, Leeds 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Oldham 0, Middlesbrough 1, Chelsea 1, Notts County 2, West Ham 2, Spurs 1, Watford 2, Luton 1, Nottingham Forest 3, and finally Southampton 0, Aston.
United with possession, only for a moment though, because Hansen kicks it over his head, and there's another free kick. Moran in on the back of Hodgson, and Liverpool with a free kick midway inside the Manchester United half, taken quickly by Souness to Hodgson on the edge of the area, but he can't control it, and United bring it away through Albiston on the far side. United left. Crooks is making the run, and that's who Albiston is trying to find, but the flag is up, and it's another offside decision. And Dennis Law, really, it's been a fairly scrappy 15 minutes in the second half so far.
You know, sometimes I don't like calling referees, because it was never my style really, because he's got a very, very difficult job. But sometimes if the referee keeps stopping the game as often as Mr. Richardson has done, you know, you're going to get that scrappy play, and that's what he's done. I think what he's got to try and do is to let the game flow a bit more and put up with a few niggly tackles here and there. Because if he keeps blowing up and giving fouls, you lose the rhythm of the game, you know, and everything becomes distorted. Now, I think the referee should try and let the game go on a bit more.
Liverpool with a throw-in, down beneath us, almost on the halfway line. Liverpool left, taken by Nicol, headed on by Hodgson for Lee to take in his chest. Neatly down by Sammy Lee, inside to Johnston, and further inside to Souness, who plants it down this left-hand side for Kennedy. Quickly inside by Kennedy for Neil, and Rush on the edge of the area. Finds Nicol, can't find room for the shot though, tries to set Sammy Lee away just outside the penalty area, but Graham is over there, can't get in though. Lee does well, back to Nicol, back out to Lee again, just a few inches in from the touchline, moves inside now, back to Johnston. Liverpool very patient with the build-up again. They're not going to do anything stupid, they'll keep trying until they make the opportunity. Johnston now, almost with a cross in, blocked there by Wilkins, fairly blocked according to the referee, and Graham can bring it away from Manchester United. Long ball played into the Liverpool half for Stapleton to chase, but Mark Lawrenson, who's handled Frank Stapleton very well today so far, quickly in with the challenge and gets the ball back to his goalkeeper. Grobbelaar, I'm sure, will kick because he's got a lot of wind behind him. He does, kicks right-footed. It's a long kick headed on by Hodgson. There's Rush inside the area. Another save by Bailey. And really that came from nowhere. A long kick by Grobbelaar, headed on neatly by Hodgson. In went Ian Rush into the penalty area, easily beating Moran, and he got a good shot in, and Liverpool on the attack again. Rush with another shot. Well, really, Dennis, the United defence does not look too secure at the moment.
United were very, very fortunate there not to go 2 goals behind, and it was the simple case of the defender watching the ball and not the man. Duxbury thought that the ball was going to Bailey and didn't look where Rush was going, and Rush came from behind there to get in the shot, but really it was a bad piece of defensive play by Manchester United.
Liverpool still lead by a goal to 0, coming up to 20 minutes gone in the second half, and it's Manchester United. Manchester United have a throw-in inside their own half, deep inside their own half, but it's time to break away from the commentary for a moment because Liz Allen has news of some severe weather for us.
Most of Scotland, including the Glasgow and Edinburgh areas, will be affected by severe southwest to west gales later today and tonight, with gusts in excess of 60 miles an hour. Some structural damage may occur. That's gales with gusts in excess of 60 miles an hour over most of Scotland later today and tonight. Now back to Anfield.
Yes, it might be pretty bad in Scotland. It's pretty bad here on Merseyside too, I can tell you, this afternoon. The feral gale blowing out there. The rain mercifully has stopped for the moment. And Liverpool have possession through Grobbelaar. Kicks long, headed on there by Hodgson, but not quite the direction that time. It's run out of play on the far side of the field. And Peter Jones has another scoreline for us.
Yes, first news of a penalty scored by Glenn Hoddle at White Hart Lane, which makes it now Tottenham 2, Watford 2, and Luton have now got one back against Nottingham Forest. Luton 2, but still Nottingham Forest 3.
Murin for United to Moses, helps it on. Stapleton has to come back some 15 yards more than he should have done. Back to Wilkins, and Wilkins plays it forward to Whiteside. Almost got the touch on for Moses. Clever touch that by Whiteside, but Kennedy was there, and Kennedy lays it back to his goalkeeper, who underarm throws it out this time to Neil on the far side of the field. Liverpool right, midway inside his own half, plays the ball low and forward, helped on there by Hodgson, but Lee can't get there. And Duxbury has the ball for Manchester United to his captain Wilkins. Wilkins to Albiston on the far side of the field. United left. Good ball played forward for Crooks to chase. Lawrenson is there first, and Lawrenson stabs it back to Grobbelaar. And really, Lawrenson and Hansen in the middle of the defence, Dennis, have held everything together and don't really look in too much trouble.
Yes, although Liverpool have lost a little bit of the rhythm, they're still playing very well indeed. But in the last 10 minutes or so, United have mounted 2 or 3 attacks, and that's what they've got to do if they're going to get back into the game. And Frank Stapleton has got to stay up. He's coming back far too far to get the ball, and of course that's exactly what the Liverpool defence want them to do.
And really, the fact that Stapleton coming back far really puts a question mark against his midfield if he's having to chase for the ball. Liverpool in possession, deep in United territory. Johnston loses out though to Moran. Bandaged right arm of Kevin Moran, gets the tackle in, stabs the ball out of play, but he's got a free kick. And it's not the first free kick this afternoon, which seemed for something rather harmless. It's the free kick to United anyway. Inside their own half, taken by Moses, forward to Stapleton, pushes it to Wilkins, but Wilkins loses out. Liverpool take possession again through Craig Johnston, perhaps the man of the match. Johnston tries a long-range shot, and he won't get a second goal with that kind of far, because it was all of 35 yards and it trickled harmlessly through to Bailey. Duxbury for United. Midway inside his own half. Lays it out to Albiston on the far side of the field. He has Graham short. Graham gets possession. Not too sure what to do with it. Crosses the halfway line. Ball breaks inside from Murin to Albiston. And here's Wilkins now with a little bit more space. Wilkins plays a good long ball towards this near touchline. Crooks chases just a couple of yards short of the Liverpool goal line. Gets the cross in. Whiteside's there on the near post. Breaks to Hansen though for Liverpool. Back to United again through Moses. Whiteside forward. Hansen holds him off and the ball runs through to Grobbelaar. So with 23 minutes gone here in this oh so vital game, Rush breaks for Liverpool just as I was going to hand over to Peter Jones. But Ian Rush almost nicked in before Peter, but he hasn't because Bailey made the save, and I can now hand over to Peter Jones for the last quarter of this game. Remember, it's Liverpool 1, Manchester United 0.
Well, Ian Rush is a Welsh international, so I didn't mind that one bit. It's 1-0 to Liverpool then. It's going to be quite an interesting last 22 minutes here, to say the least. And it'll be a throw-in to Liverpool. They're playing from right to left as we look down, high up over the halfway line here at Anfield. A perfect position. Mercifully, the rain has stopped, but there's still a very high wind here. And Liverpool still have that slender lead. The goal scored by Craig Johnston 31 minutes into the first half. And remember, Manchester United already without Gordon McQueen, who went off with what looked like a hamstring injury, and Kenny Dalglish about a quarter of an hour, what looked like semi-concussion. The ball is inside that Manchester United penalty area away to our left. Gary Bailey comes off his line, and 2 saves this afternoon that his father Roy would have been very proud of. The old Ipswich goalkeeper. Whiteside lost possession. A high ball from Alan Kennedy takes the wind with it and bounces high and drops now into the enclosure behind Gary Bailey's net away to our left. And always great clashes between these two sides. And United won earlier in the season 1-0 at Old Trafford, and this very much a match, of course, that could decide the end of the season. Still only halfway, but it's a very, very significant match this, with Liverpool 3 points ahead of Manchester United at the start of play. And the ball is deep inside that Liverpool half, and Liverpool all in red. You wouldn't expect otherwise, with Craig Johnston, scorer of the goal, sweeps the ball far side to Hodgson, who came on for Kenny Dalglish. Hodgson goes down, the ball rolls into touch, and it'll be a throw-in to Liverpool, which Souness, their captain, will take. He set up really the first goal. A splendid shot, cleared off the line, and Craig Johnston there to put in the rebound. Phil Neal plays the ball forward, has lost it though, and Muren is asking Stapleton to do a lot of running, and Bruce Grobbelaar comes outside his penalty area, then turns away, one of his rather more eccentric moments from the Liverpool goalkeeper. Behind him he's got the famous Kop. Long ball again, helped by the wind, and it goes off the head of Hodgson, and it's prevented from going into touch. So United will start to regroup again, but they give the ball away to Souness, 5 yards inside the United half. Graham Souness plays the ball back. Hansen inside the centre circle, plays it away from us towards the Liverpool right. Phil Neal comes inside the challenge, plays it forward to Johnston. Johnston holds, plays the ball wide to Sammy Lee. Not much room for Lee, far side from us down the Liverpool right. It'll back heel from Craig Johnston, and back heels it straight to the linesman. So it's a goal kick, a free kick. We'll try it again. A throw into Manchester United. And just been handed official attendance, 45,122, all-ticket match. You wouldn't expect otherwise at Anfield. Marvellous atmosphere. Liverpool leading by 1-0 in possession. Souness, their captain, skips away from his opposing captain. Ray Wilkins keeps possession, yard in from the far touchline. Still holds the ball and has to play it back to Johnston. Johnston stabs it to Lee, edge of the United penalty area. Challenge comes in, goes over the line, and that'll be a corner to Liverpool then. And again, the small figure of Sammy Lee. Small figure, but big of heart and a lot of skill, Sammy Lee, since he moved on to the international scene. Liverpool leading by 1-0 here at Anfield. Great club record, 14 league championships, going for a third in a row this season. 3 points ahead of the others at start of play. Here comes the corner from Lee, the header from Nico, a couple of yards wide. I think Bailey was there, just had a quick look at it. But certainly 2 fine saves from Gary Bailey in the second half. They've kept Liverpool at bay. One feels a second Liverpool goal now, should it come, will seal this one. Neal for them on the halfway line. Lee to Neal. Ball played forward once more. Craig Johnston puts it onto his left foot, has to drag it away with his right foot, then has to check his stride altogether, slides it to Souness. Souness looking for the shot. Shot comes in, deflected off Wilkins. Drops to Crooks, who came on as a substitute when McQueen went off, and of course meant the rejigging of the Manchester United defensive formation. Whiteside immediately below us on the halfway line for Manchester United. Youngest player to appear in the World Cup finals for Northern Ireland, and he's looking good there. And then finally the Scotsman Hansen comes in, drags the ball away from him, and this time it's a corner to Manchester United. And the corner is on our side, that's the United right, and Arnold Muren, the Dutch international. So many internationals on this field this afternoon, 2 great clubs. Liverpool leading 1-0. Muren with the corner, takes it with his left foot, high inside the area. Grobbelaar fists the ball away effectively, drops to Wilkins, still just outside the Liverpool penalty area. The cross comes in, Grobbelaar is there, no problems at all. Cheers from the Kop, and he holds it firmly. A little bit of a mixture still, Bruce Grobbelaar. He can look one of the best in the world, and then sometimes gets just a little bit eccentric. I think that's the word. He himself says so. Long kick from him, headed away by Moran, the strong man in defence. He was the man who collided with Kenny Dalglish. And I think when Moran hits you, you stay down. And Kenny Dalglish, obviously a little concussed. And taking advice, I think, in the end, probably from Ronnie Moran, the trainer said that's enough for the afternoon and went off. And Moran, with his broken wrist, or a bone in his hand, actually, to be official medically, strapped up, takes the free kick. Drops inside the area. Grobbelaar again fists it away. As Stapleton went in with the challenge, it comes straight back in again. Lawrenson heads it up in the air, and then forward by Crooks, looking for Whiteside. Ball cleared by Hansen, and Grobbelaar and Hansen have a couple of words with each other. So then, United still going forward here with 16 minutes to go. They trail by 1-0. They want desperately to stay, of course, with Liverpool as we move into 1984. The throw. Back to Remy Moses, playing at right back now instead of midfield since the departure of McQueen. Finds Crooks. Crooks infield, finds Whiteside. Whiteside with a cross, spins off the outside of his boot. Still drops, though, as far as Albiston. Albiston flicks it to his left. Stapleton is in outside left position. Can he get the cross in here? He can get the cross in, Grobbelaar. But it hit the side of the netting, side netting in any case, so it'll be a goal kick to Liverpool.
This is a very, very important game for Manchester United, Peter. If the scoreline stays as it is, of course, you could say, in a way, that Liverpool will have won their 3rd championship in a row. United players, they must realise that's that important, that if they lose today,
I think they could lose the league title that they've been hoping to win for such a long time. But when you look at Liverpool and the way that they play through the years, I mean, you've only got to admire them. I remember coming here myself and playing and having to watch them because we never got the ball, and they keep doing that, and they've done it for so long.
Well, that's the quality of Liverpool, as described there by Dennis Law, who's played so often down on that famous pitch. And it's a free kick to Liverpool. Stapleton trying to run forward, nothing came of that one. Well, it's going to be intriguing. There's still 15 minutes to go here at Anfield, and certainly United certainly miss Brian Robson. His presence this season has made such a difference, and ironically he missed 2 games against Liverpool last season, including that Milk Cup final victory. And that bruised left foot has kept him out of the game. And that will be a corner, shouts the cop for Liverpool, and the referee stands there and says, yes, it will be a corner, because some of the players weren't sure about that decision, so it will be a corner to Liverpool. I'm talking to Brian Robson just before the kick-off, and he was pretty sad about not being able to play here this afternoon. They take the corner quickly, Liverpool. Lee with a cross. Headed away, though, by Moran. Whiteside, deep inside his own half. Plays a rather hopeful ball, but that's always going to be a defender's ball. Long, leggy figure of Alan Hansen plays the ball all the way back to Grobbelaar, who just rolls it out to Lawrenson. And Lawrenson sweeps a 20-yard ball away from us. Little swirl of litter comes out on the pitch here at Anfield. It's that sort of day. Been a strong wind all afternoon, but they say at least the drenching rain has now stopped, and Liverpool lead here by 1-0. Their captain Souness in possession, finds Kennedy. Kennedy looks for the shot comes in! Oh, and Bailey just touched that one round. Didn't have an awful lot of power, but it came through 3 different players, and Bailey did well in the end, just to dive away to his left and push that one away. So it'll be another corner to Liverpool. We'll have the latest scores for you coming up in just a moment, as Craig Johnston, latest scores that is, of course, in our other featured games, as Craig Johnston goes across to take the corner then for Liverpool. A packed Anfield Stadium, Liverpool 1 up, Craig Johnston with the corner for them. Takes it with his right foot high inside the area, and Bailey did well. Ian Rush coming in, Bailey did well, and now we can indeed give you those later scores.
And firstly, in the First Division, Spurs 2, Watford 3, John Barnes, a penalty for Watford. Just held up in the action there for a moment, held up in the score lines for the moment, because Craig Johnston was breaking into the Manchester United penalty area, but Bailey was out quickly. Luton 2, Forest 3, Notts County 2, West Ham 2, Southampton 0, Villa 2, Manchester City 1, Leeds 1, Middlesbrough 1, Chelsea 1, and Sheffield Wednesday now 3, Oldham 0, 2 goals in 2 minutes for Sheffield Wednesday, Cunningham and Bannister.
The ball with Liverpool, who lead here by 1-0 with a little more than 12 minutes to go here at Anfield. And still that Craig Johnston goal scored in 31 minutes is the slender lead for the champions. As Kevin Moran, again defending stoutly, turns the ball to his left, cleared by Albiston. Again Stapleton. Hasn't had too much service, Frank Stapleton. Again a man with great heart. £900,000 worth of talent as far as United are concerned. When they bought him from Arsenal, scored some stunning goals for them. And he's chased and chased most of the afternoon, but frankly he hasn't really had the sort of service that he's liked. Whenever he's had it, he's had Lawrence nor Hansen right behind him. As the ball rolls rather gently over the Manchester United goal line away to our left, Bailey hurries across to take it, thinking that there's still something in it here for Manchester United. We keep underlining it's so important for United to really get some value here, at least a point. And Ron Atkinson, in his stewardship as manager of Manchester United, has done well against Liverpool. 2 wins and a draw against them since Atkinson's been in charge. Well, his side are 1-0 down here, and Souness, the Liverpool captain, has possession. Plays it back to Neil, a long high ball. It's too long and too high. And bounces almost awkwardly for Gary Bailey then. Have to bear in mind he has a very strong wind against him. Not quite the high winds that were being forecast just a short time ago from Liz Allen up there in Scotland, but certainly pretty high wind here. And still that 1-goal lead for Liverpool. The ball with their left back Kennedy. Plays again a deep ball forward. Rush is prepared to run for it, and he's pretty quick as Rush, and Bailey has to come off his line, and Bailey's outside his own penalty area, and that goes over the line, and that'll be a corner. Well, I must say from where I was standing, and certainly what Ian Rush thinks, that looked like a corner to me, but referee's a lot closer than I am, and he says no, that'll be a goal kick, but for me that certainly seemed to come off Gary Bailey last. And another talking point I would have thought here, should the score remain the same, will be that tackle by Alan Kennedy on Arthur Graham, which looked certainly suspiciously like a penalty. That's all now yesterday, of course, makes no difference. Free kick to Manchester United. Stapleton was fouled. Whiteside wants to take it quickly. Too quickly, has to come all the way back again. And then it's the referee who pushes the ball back. And Ray Wilkins, captain, of course, in place of the excellent Brian Robson, waits to take the free kick. His white stockings full of mud, just stabs it to his right. Remy Moses keeps it going towards us. Garth Crooks a couple of yards in from the near touchline. Crooks with a cross, slips as he crosses it. Cleared, therefore, by Craig Johnston. And a difficult ball for Duxbury, now playing in the central defensive position with Kevin Moran, now that McQueen is off the field. And the ball played back fairly gently to Bailey. And a long kick from Bailey, halfway inside the Liverpool half, headed away again firmly by Lawrenson. Johnston, Souness, plays it into space. And Alan Kennedy directly below us, down the Liverpool left, plays it forward. And that'll go into touch, and that'll go off Moran. Spins to the ground. A young man who in his early days with Manchester United tended to lead with his head whenever he went in. Always seemed to have stitches in his face or his head. He seems to be rather more balanced now. But he's certainly a very good defender. Very firm indeed. Again, the ball goes into touch. And it'll be a throw to Manchester United. And we've got some later scores for you.
Well, it's one latest score, and a significant one from the third division, because the leaders there and the team who incidentally beat Manchester United in the Milk Cup, they're in trouble. It's Exeter City 2, Oxford United 1. Mark O'Connor, the second goal for Exeter.
As United take up possession again, but they're a long way inside their own half. Graham plays it infield to Muren, who's tackled by Souness and stays down. Again, a very firm tackle from Liverpool's captain, and the Scottish international puts the Dutch international down, and I think Holland came off second best there, Dennis.
I don't think he's the only midfield player in the league, Peter, that's gone down and stayed down for a few moments when Souness has been involved in a tackle. But you were talking about Stapleton a few moments ago, and again, he's not the only striker to have come to Anfield over the last 10 or 15 years, really not to get involved in the game. Liverpool are so relentless, and when you look at Stapleton over the last 10 games, apparently he's only scored 1 goal, so he is having a bit of a bad time. And Ron Atkinson, of course, has been trying to get a formula for the past 2 or 3 years, and it seems to be that area of goal scoring that at the end of the season has let Manchester United down. But in saying that, of course, it's very difficult to come to Anfield and try and control the game, because they never give you the opportunity.
Well, Muren's back on his feet. He's still got both legs, and Jimmy McGregor comes running off to great applause. He's done all the necessary medications, and it'll be left to Albiston to take the free kick. Drops on the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. Kennedy comes away and takes no chances, belts it away. Hodgson with a back header, looking for Rush. There's a loose ball, and Hodgson goes tearing after that one. But Albiston did well, kept his head, kept his feet, and played it back to Bailey. The kick from Bailey. Now then, Manchester United have got 7 minutes to do something about this situation. They trail by 1-0. And the ball goes into touch. Well, I was saying a moment ago that Kevin Moran used to lead with his head, and there's certainly a fair amount of blood flowing from Moran's head, I would think, at the moment. Indeed it is. They're trying to, in fact, Ray Wilkins, the captain, is pointing this out. But certainly there were 4 or 5 times when Moran joined United when he seemed to go forward, and I remember having cuts and stitches in his forehead and his cheek. And indeed, Jimmy McGregor's got to come out again, and he's having a look at that. They're a rather long way away, but there is blood about. And Kevin Moran, who is no mean player as a Gaelic footballer, will stay on, you can be sure of that. But he's having the sponge and he's having the blood taken off his face. And we've got 2 scorelines while we're waiting, in fact, for Kevin Moran to get himself fit again.
Yes, both scorelines from the first division. It's now Norwich City 1, Arsenal 1. John Dean with the goal for Norwich after 81 minutes. And Southampton have pulled a goal back at the Dell against Aston Villa. It's now Southampton 1, Aston Villa 2. Steve Moran.
So we've got a bloody Manchester United sponge from Jimmy McGregor. The blood now wiped away from Kevin Moran's head. As I say, he's a tough guy, and he'll stay there, and we're waiting for the throw. We've got a little more than 5 minutes to go, but I think probably David Richardson, the referee, will add a minute or 2 on. We've had 2 or 3 reasonably lengthy stoppages in this second half, and so now United have got to throw everything they've got. As Remy Moses prepares to take the throw immediately below us, headed away by Kennedy, but still reaches Moses. And then the long ball to Lawrenson. Graham came in, and Lawrence, not a very effective performance, but then it is cleared by Neal. 35 yards inside the United half. Hodgson, and he's challenging for the ball, and he's won the throw which he was looking for. And Duxbury sure it was his ball, but the linesman agrees with Hodgson, and it'll be a throw into Liverpool then, about 10 yards from the United corner flag. Finds Hodgson, hasn't got much space to work in, still gets the cross in, Rush, just over the bar, close to the near post, still got the shot in over the top, and I think we may have a later score.
Yes, it's now Middlesbrough 2, Chelsea 1. Paul Ward with the second goal for Middlesbrough. So it looks as if Sheffield Wednesday, who will be going back to the top of the second division tonight, they're 3-0 up at home to Oldham.
Well, with 4 minutes to go at Anfield, it looks as if possibly recent history now may be overturned a little bit, because United have lost only once to Liverpool in the last 7 league meetings. That was at Old Trafford. But United themselves have had a rather indifferent couple of weeks by their own high standards since that Milk Cup defeat at Oxford, where they really were outplayed that night. It's been 1-1 at Coventry and then 3-3 against Notts County and 1-0, a 1-0 win against Stoke. In different form, as I say, by their high standards. And they trail here at Anfield, and not too many sides come back here with 4 minutes to go. And still that Craig Johnston goal after 31 minutes divides these two sides. And remember, it would mean that Liverpool, should they win here this afternoon, go 6 points ahead of Manchester United. Difficult to catch any side with that lead. More than difficult to catch Liverpool with that lead. Nicol, Johnston and Nicol both collide in the end. Ball inside the centre circle. Souness battling for it, and it drops to Craig Johnson. Johnson goes round the referee, and Craig Johnson's making space here for Liverpool. Plays the ball to his right. Phil Neal, the fullback, cuts it back into Souness. And he'll play it back to Neal. 5 yards inside the United half. Neal plays a long ball forward. Bad ball picked up by Moses, but he gives it away to Kennedy. Kennedy trying to go forward. Moses challenges. Ball drops to Stapleton. Stapleton turns away, challenged by Kennedy. Stumbles, but still keeps possession. Plays the ball wide to Whiteside, going down the United right. And Whiteside simply hasn't got the pace. And Nicol turns it back gratefully to Bruce Grobbelaar. And Grobbelaar will let it run on, and Liverpool have possession.
And apart from the attacking abilities of the Liverpool side, Peter, you saw there for yourself with the United attack how many Liverpool players got behind the ball. There was 7 players plus Grobbelaar, and that's the type of team that they are, and that's why it's very difficult to play against them, whether they're attacking or defending.
That's the quality of Liverpool then, and now with 2.5 minutes to go here, they lead by 1-0. But Muren for Manchester United deep inside his own half. Long ball from Albiston, asking Whiteside to run for it, but Hansen's there in any case first. Neal and Graham together, ball bounces into touch. Neal says that'll be mine, and another later score.
It's Southampton who are making yet another good comeback. Remember, they were 2-0 down to Arsenal over the holidays and finally drew 2 each. Well, they've been 2-0 down to Aston Villa today, and now it's 2 each. Steve Moran and David Armstrong getting the second goal for Southampton. And Notts County, we're just getting through full time there. 2 goals each against West Ham.
Rush goes forward for Liverpool, not for long he doesn't, he loses possession, and Duxbury plays it back to Bailey. A long ball from Bailey, headed away rather awkwardly by Neal. Again, that swirling wind makes it difficult when the ball is dropping down from the sky for defenders. Throw in then to Manchester United. They find their captain Wilkins, 5 yards inside the Liverpool half. Forward, Garth Crooks, a chance for Whiteside, and Norman Whiteside has done it for Manchester United. And Bruce Grobbelaar is absolutely furious. Garth Crooks did the spade work. Whiteside was there, deadly in the box, turned and whacked it, beat Grobbelaar, a minute to go. And the Irishman may well have done it and got the point. Liverpool won, Manchester United won. The toast for United is Norman Whiteside.
Well, really, Peter, it was a goal that shouldn't have been. It was a bad mistake in the Liverpool defence. The Liverpool defence had 5 or 6 players behind the ball there, and it was Lawrenson and Hansen and Souness, I think. It was a solid 3 of them. There didn't seem to be any danger at all, but it was a bit of a loose ball. Whiteside caught onto it and smacked, really, majestic goal.
What an arena we've got here at Anfield. It really is pure theatre. And away to our left, a huge segment of Manchester supporters now will say it's going to be worth going all the way back home. They've been behind ever since the 31st minute here. It looked absolutely a stone-cold certainty. 3 more points for Liverpool. But now it's 1-1. Another minute to go. What a finish here. Liverpool 1, Manchester United 1. The ball is deep inside the Liverpool half. Whiteside finds Crooks, and Crooks is going down the right for Manchester United. He keeps possession, comes inside the defender, looking desperately for support. He finds it in Remy Moses. Moses, a long ball forward to the far post. Still there, Neal goes into challenge. Ball half cleared. Still inside the centre circle. Lee has lost it, but so has Moses lost it. Liverpool, are they going to make a last grandstand finish here? Hodgson goes for the ball. Moses beats him for it. Ball played deep inside the United half once more. There's plenty of time, and they'll be more than content now if they can hold it at 1-1. What a last 2 minutes here at Anfield. Liverpool 1, Manchester United 1. A bad mistake by Liverpool, and Norman Whiteside said thank you. And we're moved into injury time now. Here we go, sing the Manchester supporters far side. But if it's 1-1, then Liverpool will not be pleased with themselves. Great atmosphere. Always like this at Anfield on the big occasion. They don't come much bigger than this. Wilkins waits to take the free kick and in no great hurry. Don't want to give anything away now as far as they're concerned. Moses finds Wilkins. Wilkins square. Albiston, the shot comes in from Albiston. Grobbelaar saves, diving to his right. Stapleton comes in to challenge. Grobbelaar's there at the second attempt. Long kick from Grobbelaar. We're now a minute and a half into injury time. Ball, difficult bouncing ball. Moran did well, shielded it away from Rush. United in possession, taking plenty of time. Duxbury, Nearan, long ball forward. Graham will go hustling and bustling after it. Lawrenson's there first.